We are gathered here today to have coffee and talk about whatever is on my mind. As you know, fantasy football season is here. Every year around this time, everybody talks about fantasy football. In fairness, I would much rather hear people talk about that than anything else going on in the world. When I'm working out in the gym, I wear earbuds. Sometimes I'm listening to an audiobook. Have you ever tried to squat in the good part of Kitchen Confidential? But most of the time, my earbuds, they're off. There's no music, there's no books playing. I'm just listening to everybody else. Some people are out there living, y'all. Yesterday, I heard this one girl talking to another girl about how she had 2 Tinder dates in one day. She went out with Tinder number 1 to lunch and then with Tinder number 2 to dinner. But she didn't really care for Tinder date number 2 because he had dirty fingernails. So men, clean your damn nails. But she is going out with Tinder date number 1, the lunch guy, again, after she sees how Tinder date number 3 works out. She's meeting him on Friday. He's in finance. Honestly, all that sounds like way too much work. I think I'd rather just die alone. But she is getting all her meals paid for. Tinder number 1 took her to the Outback. But is it worth sitting through all that? A stranger you met on the internet asking you your favorite color? I wouldn't have patience for that. Mark, shut the hell up and pass the Olive Garden breadsticks, will ya? My favorite color is yellow. That sounds like a personal hell. Now, had I been listening to my audiobook, I would have missed that. So other than hearing that useless news yesterday, I also noticed the increase in fantasy football chatter. This is not new, this happens every year, but this year it seems like people are taking it to the extreme. If you're new to the earth, fantasy football is real simple. You pick real NFL players for a pretend team, then spend all your Sundays stressing, sweating over your said fake team like you've got some kind of coaching contract. The team that wins the most points each week wins, I think. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really care for sports. I do love professional bowling. PBA, that is the only sport I watch, and most people would even argue bowling is not a sport, but I would disagree. Does bowling have the most out-of-shape athletes? Yes. The definition of fantasy: imagining things, in particular things that are impossible, not grounded in reality. So basically, it's Dungeons and Dragons for sports people. And some people, might I even say most, take it so serious. And honestly, I admire the dedication to the craft. The craft of picking people at random, hoping and praying they don't tear an ACL on the field is fascinating to me. Although some of it is not random. One guy had a spreadsheet. He had his players in an Excel doc based on age, height, weight, astrology sign. Oh, what's that? That's just Lamar Jackson's birth chart. He's a Capricorn, Libra rising. You would not be on your 3rd divorce if you put that much effort. The amount of effort in your spreadsheet, if you match that energy in your relationships, you'd be fine. Hell, I don't know, here's a thought. Maybe pull your wife's birth chart. I'll do it for you. You see this here? This is your wife's Queen of Tentacles. And when it aligns at 69 degrees with this Cancer moon, that simply means she's tired of you crying over a fantasy football league every single Sunday. The North Node at -2 degrees reads here she would like to see some changes. Have you tried just taking her to the Olive Garden for endless breadsticks? And as usual, I'm probably just jealous that I don't know how to play fantasy football and that I don't have Sundays to commit to something like that. I'm just jealous. So you know what else is kind of weird? The simple art form of just walking, one foot in front of the other. I've noticed lately that I have action awareness when it comes to walking. It's similar but not to if you've ever had a panic attack. They are straight from Satan's asshole. They are terrible. Sometimes when I feel like a panic attack is approaching, I will start panicking about having a panic attack. It's a lot like having anxiety about anxiety. So action awareness, when we're referring to walking, would be when you're at, let's say, Walmart. You've got the Walmart right here and the parking lot. Once you get out of your car, you have to walk through a line of traffic to get into Walmart. You following me? I don't really know what it is about Walmart. I think they pump scents in the air. Like at Disney, they pump smells in the air. Cinnamon bread. Wait, that's Dollywood. That's the redneck Disney. Disney does smells of some sort to make you hungry, make you happy to be there. Whatever. Smells like a damn Bath and Body Works at Disney World. I think they put poison in the air at Walmart to make us go crazy. People just start darting out of cars. All of a sudden they lose their eyesight. I don't need to look for traffic. I'm just gonna go. Now ideally all cars are supposed to yield for pedestrians. But ma'am, if you dart out on me out of nowhere, it's like you were running from your car, but all of a sudden when you see the line of traffic, you're gonna walk the slowest pace possible. And not only are you gonna do turtle speed, you're smoking a vape, tripping over your pajama pants leg, pushing a stroller in one hand, a cart in the other hand, so now you're double fisting it. The vape is still in the mouth, you've got AirPods in, and you're talking to your mother, who's really FaceTiming you. The 2-year-old's holding the phone up for you to see. So not only are you doing that, you're also walking in a diagonal line. The path of least resistance would be to go directly in front of the Walmart doors. They've even made this simple for us by painting a crosswalk here. It's got little lines in it. That means everyone's gonna yield right here and you can walk. We're gonna skip that. We're gonna go in a diagonal line instead of walking right in front of Walmart and walking a straight line, which would be the path of least resistance, the least amount of steps. We're gonna do turtle speed at a diagonal. But if you dart out in front of me, well, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm actually not even gonna make eye contact with you so I don't get my ass kicked. I might even wave, make you think it was your idea, that you can cross the street at any time you want, doing 50 things at once, taking your time. I'm gonna give you one of these. So it's moments like that when you're walking from the parking lot to Walmart and cars have to yield and stop and wait for you to get from your car to Walmart. Legs, never heard of them. My legs start doing robotic movements. My knees are buckling. My brain is on a loop. Walk normal, walk normal, walk normal, walk normal, walk normal. And in return, my body does the opposite. It looks like my first time walking. This slow, robotic movement. Why aren't my knees bending? I don't even have a baby, a vape. It is like I am walking on stilts. It is so painful to watch, so incredibly awkward. I will trip over a dime. If there is one on the gravel hill, I will trip over air. And don't even get me started on running. I like to think I look athletic running, but the truth is I look asthmatic. I look like a Sims character. Because sometimes I'll run. I'll feel guilty that I have to go to Walmart like everybody else. I will start running, which technically isn't really any faster than my walking. I should just walk. It's the same speed. And you can always see there's at least 2 cars waiting to give you room to walk or run. And you can see the look on their faces. Doing one of these. One time, I forgot to take my bowling shoes off when I went into the Walmart. Now, if you're not familiar, bowling shoes have a little, I don't really know what that is, a little pad that gives you the ability to slide when you're on the bowling approach. Slide right into that lane. They're designed just for the bowling alley. I forgot to take them off. I had my bowling shoes on. I get out of my car, I'm walking into Walmart, not remembering I have bowling shoes on. And I don't know if they just waxed the floors that day or if they were doing a little cleaning. I lean over to get a handheld basket and my bowling shoe hit that slick floor. Boom. Right at the front door of the Walmart. I thought I was gonna have to dial 411 pain. That hurts. But what it hurt worse was my feelings. I was embarrassed. We have a popcorn store here. Do you have one of those? It's gourmet popcorn, which is news to me. I thought popcorn was popcorn, but okay. You walk in and it's about the size of a walk-in closet. There's popcorn everywhere. They have about 15 rotating flavors of popcorn. Dill pickle, spicy crab, chocolate, beer. It really is a neat little place. But the popcorn for a bag about this big is $10. And no one is ever in there shopping. And they can't be because the hours are like 1 to 3, 4 days a week. I have seen lemonade stands run by 4-year-olds with better hours. It's giving mattress store vibes. Are you really selling mattresses? Look at me in the eyes and tell me you're selling mattresses. All right, sorry, the camera died. Again, where was I going? The popcorn store. And I think I've went on a rant about this before, but the popcorn store baffles me. You're telling me you sell so much popcorn. You even survived a worldwide pandemic where businesses closed every single day. You sell so much popcorn that you not only survived that, but you can pay employees, pay your rent, pay your cost of goods, pay your taxes. We also have an olive oil store here. I am a huge customer of the olive oil store, but it's the same thing. No one's ever there, and you're only selling olive oil. So you have to sell a lot of popcorn just to break even. If you ask me, I think it's a tax write-off. Even though it's failing, it's thriving in deductions. Rich people do that. That's why they're rich. If you had multiple businesses, you hypothetically would open one that never makes money, always in the red. Like said popcorn store. Not that I know anything. Maybe they have a thriving online business. I don't know anything. I think that's what it is. If so, get those deductions, girl. And, side note, would recommend the spicy crab popcorn. I'm not brave enough for tax fraud. I am a nervous wreck when I go to Dollar Tree and get candy to go to the movie theater and I bring it in the movie theater. One time I was so nervous, I just opened my bag up. I told the guy, look, I brought my own candy. Nobody even asked. But I had to clear my soul. Not clear your soul, conscious. And the 16-year-old who worked at the movie theater, who, by the way, looked like he just received the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest bong hit, was looking at me like, what? So I can't even do that. I can't even bring candy in the movie theater. So how am I gonna commit tax fraud? Lately, I've been having trouble sleeping, which is pretty uncommon for me. My mind has been doing this cool thing where I'm relaxed, my head is on the pillow, I am about to be asleep, and bam! Remember that time at Walmart 2 years ago when you wore bowling shoes into said Walmart and busted ass? Remember that? Remember 5 years ago when you went to Waffle House and the waitress gave you your food and she said, have a nice meal, and you said, you too? What? Even better, 22 years ago, you waved back at a gentleman who was actually waving at the person behind you. Weird, but okay. So I finally get myself to calm down. The thoughts are fading out. We're almost asleep again, and bam, the Chili's baby back rib jingle is playing in my mind. Now I'm thinking about ribs, smoked ribs. Why do they call them baby back ribs? What's the correct way to eat a rib? Genesis chapter 2, verse 21 through 22. Why are there so many ribs? Ribs is a weird word when you say it a lot. I don't even like ribs. Could we not find a better time to think about this? I don't know, maybe when I'm at work or something, not when I'm trying to go to sleep. This here is the last of my garden. I've showed you my garden before, but I'm gonna show it to you again. As you can see, my garden is a mess. I have shamefully neglected it. It's so overgrown, so bad, so infected with mold, funguses, insects. There's some snakes in there, weeds. There's just a lot of bad. So I'm gonna burn it down. It's kind of like, have you ever seen someone burn their lawn? You literally light your grass on fire. You're supposed to stand behind it with a water hose so you don't catch the whole neighborhood on fire, but you burn the whole grass black. And when it grows back, it's this strong, healthy, beautiful, almost golf course-like grass. You have to destroy it all to rebuild something better. I'm gonna burn this down because it's the same kind of concept. I need to tear this down so it can grow better, stronger. Plus, the ashes really help with the pH of the soil. Anyway, there's that. I wanted you to see my garden one last time before I destroy it. And I'll just try to do better next time.